Good morning, everybody. And by everybody, I mean J-Bones, who's fourth in the chat, and Kombu, who's first in the chat. We got J-Bones, Kombu, J-Bones, Mango. All three of you guys, glad to have you in here right now. Let's check the market out, see what's going on so far today. We've got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen sitting at $2.73. It is up just a slight 0.9%. GameStop up 0.70% today, sitting at $27.31. Shiba Inu Coin $13.49, not too bad. SHIB was up to $13.65, back down to $13.48 at the moment. Very nice gains on the day today, 2.51%. Bitcoin sitting 0.65% higher today, trying to break through this major level of resistance. You guys can see it was support. Huge support throughout, what is this, November all the way through February. And finally broken. Now it's retesting that level again. Some of the highest levels that we have been at since, I believe this back here, probably, was when they talked about the strategic reserve. So shooting up in value, getting rejected at that 94,000, coming back down, on its way back up, and seemingly wants to break back out to the upside today. So if Bitcoin continues to see some strength, we could very quickly be testing the $100,000 level of resistance once again, which should increase investor sentiment dramatically. We're going to have to watch play out right now, and it might be breaking out as we speak. So definitely going to keep an eye on that. NASDAQ up beautifully 1.72% today. AMC up, GameStop up, Solana $149.70 right now. It is up as well. Dogecoin up, SHIB is up. Ethereum down just slightly actually, sitting at $17.67 right now. Bitcoin sitting at 93.4. SPY 1.33% higher. QQQ 1.89% higher. Molinado on its way down to 20 cents. Don't touch it. Sundial sitting at $1.45. Netflix all-time high on Netflix, $1,087 per share. Tesla sitting at $252. Amazon up 2% of the day today. Apple up 0.5% right now. Soxel 13.5% gain on Soxel, up to $11.68. I mean, dude, this was chilling at $30 a couple of weeks ago. So keep your eye on Soxel, man. Definitely fell through that level of support right there. $6. Did it hit $6? Major support in the past on that weekly chart. Came down, hit $7. So right in that area. But yeah, man, Soxel bouncing off a multi-year low and could be on its way back up to a very nice gain if it recovers here. So yeah, Soxel bouncing. It's very strong support. Very strong support on Soxel there. So if anybody's picking that up, still very cheap at the moment compared to its historical price. And you guys can see a nice 345x gain to get back up to where it was just a couple of months ago. And in the meantime, we're going to watch Bitcoin play out in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Of course, if you guys want to look at another cryptocurrency, we can look at another cryptocurrency. Anybody wondering, I did not buy any Corvettes yesterday. Trump did not hit $50 per coin. It basically bounced off $15 per coin. And as soon as Gen G said that she was worried about insurance, came back down to $12. So Trump's sitting at $12.25 at the moment. Sitting patiently waiting to see what happens next with Trump official. And hopefully we get some very nice gains there. Bros, what's going on, Jason? Glad to have you in here. Brian says good morning. Good morning to you as well, Brian. Looks like SHIB's trying to make a recovery. No, not CIA. Yes, it definitely seems like Shiba Inu Coin is trying to make a nice recovery there, as the overall market is trying to make a nice recovery. We are back into a confident situation. Well, depending on where you look, actually. So the Fear and Greed Index on CoinStats. Fear and Greed Index on CoinStats, 53 greed today, but there's no neutrality on CoinStats. So CoinStats goes directly from fear into greed. I like a little bit of a neutral area. I mean, clearly you could just use extreme greed here as your greedy situation. But if you look at crypto or CoinMarketCap, sorry, not crypto. If you look at CoinMarketCap.com, you can see the Fear and Greed Index is 53. It's the same one, but they call between 40 and 60 neutral territory, which probably makes a little bit more sense, right? Right now, with people being neutral, they're no longer being afraid or no longer being scared into selling but they're certainly not willing to pull the trigger yet. They're sitting here wondering, is it time to buy? Should I sell? Should I buy? What should I do? So that's the problem with neutrality, right? People are indecisive. When they get into a greedy situation, they're willing to buy. When they get into a fearful situation, they're wanting to sell. Neutral is kind of like, well, what the heck should I do? Market's recovering, but is it going to keep going down, or is it going to recover at this point? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? So we got to wait and see what happens with the market. But I think we're in a much better position than we were over the last couple of months in terms of fear. And I believe it's going to turn into some very nice gains. 140,000 Doge and holding. Dang, man. Not doing too bad. 140,000 Doge and holding. Question is, how far are we holding, man? You diamond handed? Are you just gonna get rich with Doge, or you got a price point in mind? Because Doge, being one of the biggest meme coins out there, yes, you have your pros and cons to that. I've got a lot of meme coins as well, right? I don't necessarily plan on diamond handing my meme coins, but I would rather shave them or sell them. So what you plan on your Dogecoin, man? 102,000 and crashed to 60. God, Caleb was always wanting it to crash to 64, 62,000. Oh, no, we don't need a crash to 62. As a matter of fact, historically speaking, right, we should not crash to 62. If you're really wanting a crash to the 60s, look at like 68, 69,000. Because mid-60s is the election week low. And historically speaking, we have never crossed back down below the election week low. So if that pattern holds up, well, it doesn't have to, right? Clearly we could do anything we want. But if that pattern holds up, we will never see prices on Bitcoin below like $65,000 to $68,000 ever again. So if you truly do believe it's going to crash to 62, just highly consider, highly consider putting some buys in between 65 and 68. Who cares if you get in at a 5% better price? Like, for real, who cares if you get in at a 5% better price? Might be worth looking into that pattern. Will it look like the people at Treble Pete move on because their website timers stopped? No posts on X for a month. Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Brian, because my rewards probably they're probably afraid that I'm just gonna take over the entire coin with how many rewards I have right now. Hopefully that's not the case, but it might be if they haven't posted on X in a month. Quick heads up for y'all. Grand Theft Auto 6 meme coins are starting to fly up because the second trailer is about to come out in May. Interesting. Too dirty. I have not played Grand Theft Auto since like PlayStation 2. Yeah, probably PS2. So I have no idea about Grand Theft Auto 6. But I have seen some stuff like on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something about it. So if these people are making some coins in there, very cool. Hopefully it is very successful. Clay, if you believe that XRP is going to go as high as you said yesterday, why not trade or load it up? Why wait? My guess is $10, man. I don't believe, right, that right now we are anywhere near the $33 to $50 per coin. So the video yesterday was an analytics research platform. I forget what their name was. And they believe that XRP is conservatively going to hit $33 to $50 per coin. $33 to $50 per coin. Terrible fast math would be well over a $1 trillion market cap, right? I don't think that that's a conservative estimate. I think that's a very high estimate, and I think that's a reasonable estimate 5-10 years down the road. But as far as like a 15 to 20x gain in the price of XRP anytime soon, not really on board with that. I am on board with, a potential max of like $10 per coin, short term. Okay, not by the end of the month, but short term. And to me, that's still a reasonable market cap. It's still obtainable. There's enough money that can flow in during a bull market to see XRP reaching those levels. And I am, right? I don't have as much XRP as I do some of these other coins. I don't have as much XRP as I do Solana or Ethereum and so on. But I do have XRP, right? My holdup with XRP, you guys should know, is that I truly don't think it matters, right? I've got enough XRP that I'm exposed to price growth, but I truly do not think that it matters for Ripple whatsoever if XRP is sitting at $10 a coin or if it's sitting at 10 cents a coin, okay? And that's my drawback to it. I don't think they care at all about the price. XRP functions just the same, whether it's expensive or cheap. Michael Allen, thank you very much for the member chat. Michael Allen says, where's the OGs at? Clay, Binance is still burning Lunk, but SHIB is left out in the rain with no umbrella. Yard rodents and scammers. Oh, man. The yard rodents are starting to come back out. I get a bag of sunflower seeds in my garage, and squirrel comes in. Little red squirrel comes in. Every day, man. Every day. And he just sits there and eats out of the bag. He won't let me. He won't go outside and eat where I put them in the backyard. He has found the stash. He's found the mother lode, and he comes in and eats directly out of the bag. So I got to deal with that little guy and put some more seeds because I got a big trash can full of seeds, right? I got to put some of those seeds out in the yard so that I can make some more room in the trash can, and then put the trash can out there and get him out of his mother lode so he has to go in the backyard and get his seeds. But yes, the rodents are back. They're happy. It is springtime, and it is beautiful. Binance is still burning. I completely honest with you, I did not imagine that Binance would still be burning Terra Luna Classic. But I have been thinking a lot about Terra Luna Classic lately. How's the community doing, man? Is it still strong? Like, are they still doing good? Or have a lot of people kind of moved on from Terra Luna Classic? Or what's it look like? Since I haven't looked at a lot of posts lately. Hey, Clay, missed you yesterday. Way too busy. Nice little rally on the T-Man coin yesterday. It got out at 14.27, made $50,000. Very nice alien head. Absolutely amazing, man. And a good exit, right? I did not close out on my T-Man yesterday, but very nice gain on Trump. That's awesome, man. I guess you're not going, if you got out, I guess you're not going to the dinner. I was hoping to sit next to you. at the dinner, man. But I guess we'll have to wait until the next one. Maybe we could go buy some Melania and have dinner with her or something. Thoughts on Avalanche? I haven't looked too much at Avalanche, but it's a stronger coin. I do not. I may own a little bit of Avalanche on KSX, but I don't have much Avalanche, if any at all. But it is a very large coin, a very strong coin. I believe that JD Vance has some Avalanche, like a decent amount of Avalanche. So it's another one that should get a lot of attention. And it's got the potential, right? Right now, it is relatively cheap compared to its historical prices. Could double in price to get back up to where it was on the election speculation and the election rally that took place there. All-time highs are roughly a 4-5x gain from where we are right now. So I like the fact that it's still large, it's still around, it's not some sort of a huge, just declining graph or anything like that. But I don't own, I've never really looked into their blockchain or anything like that, so I don't own any significant amount of Avalanche. But I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I like Tron a little bit better than Avalanche, but Tron's just been around longer. I don't know. And Tron's got a lot of meme coins, which I know is going to contribute to volume. especially if Solana gets too congested, that it gets expensive. People may move over to Tron to trade some meme coins. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't have a problem at all with Avalanche. You got any? Kobu climbed down the tree to join the live. Nice. Yes, he did. Kobu was the first one. Second first. He was second first place in here. Trump coin lose momentum. Did people not want to have dinner with Trump? I don't think so. Trump dropped back down. So I think guys like Alien Head, they took a lot of the profit off of the gain yesterday. Caused the price to come back down a little bit. Did it lose momentum? I mean, in the literal definition of the term, yes, it did, because the momentum was to run up, and then some profit taking took place, right? So, if people not want to have dinner, I don't actually know when you need to have your wallet registered by to have dinner, right? I imagine people are going to continue buying in. I imagine it's going to get more expensive, because people will be willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to that dinner. I know they will. And they don't even have to actually pay it. They just have to buy the coin, right? They can still hold the coin. They still get to own their Trump or official Trump token. So it's not like it's costing them anything to go to this dinner. They're just investing in order to go to the dinner there. Morning to you, Nick F. Glad to have you in here, man. Listening to some experts, Ethereum is going to drop. Technology behind XRP and Solana is going to pass it up. Thoughts? My honest thoughts, I don't think that it's going to drop. In drop, I mean, like, come back down to 500, 1,000. It could come down to 1,000 if Bitcoin's getting hit and so on. I think Ethereum continues to do very well. Ethereum is an extremely large blockchain. It's some of the largest infrastructure in any blockchain that is out there. Technology, is it behind? I mean, clearly there's faster networks and so on right now. But kind of the same argument can be made for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is slow and Bitcoin is actually expensive. Dude, you're getting hit with nearly like a 5% fee just for buying Bitcoin on the blockchain. So do I think that Bitcoin's going to drop just because the technology is slower than some of these newer blockchains? No. What I think a lot of the experts out there like to do is they pick their coins that they believe in, their Solanas, their XRPs, and so on, and then everything else sucks. It's just terrible. You're an idiot if you buy anything else. Their tokens are the ones that you need to buy. Their tokens are not only the best, they're the only ones that can see success. Everything else is a moron play. And that's kind of dumb, right? And you see a lot of people act like that with gold, okay? Yes, gold has done very well over the last couple of months. I mean, it's been thriving. I don't know where it's at right now, $3,500 an ounce. So gold has done a very good job to go up in value. But you get this, like Bitcoin Maxi. You get these gold Maxis out there that think everything else is a terrible idea. And I don't think that way, man. So I think that Ethereum has one of the most well-established blockchains in the entire industry. Yes, it is a little slower, but its infrastructure is there. So, yes, I do think that Solana can surpass it. I think that XRP can surpass it in terms of its overall market cap. Sure, right? I don't think this is just going to be, the one and only number 2 for the rest of eternity. But I don't think that leads to its decline. I don't think that means that people are essentially going to sell off, abandon the entire blockchain, and walk away from it. It would have to, it would basically have to give up, right? And I do own Ethereum, so I don't want it to go down, but it would basically have to give up in terms of all innovation and all growth in order for it to, completely lose value or lose investor interest. Michael hates Ethereum, and Solana's better for the two evils for sure. Yeah, I do like Solana, right? I like Solana better than I like Ethereum. But I own Ethereum, and I think that Ethereum is one of the most well-established blockchains. Wait until BlockTag launches, and I will come to Ohio for steaks at Jeff Ruby's. Alien head. I guess we could still have dinner then, right? I guess we don't need to have dinner with Trump. We could still have dinner. Nobody goes to Ohio. It's true, man. People from Ohio don't even go to Ohio. I haven't bought into Ethereum. Jason, no problem with that at all. Ethereum is more expensive, right? It's not terrible. Right now, are there any Ethereum? Let's just see if we get an Ethereum token. All right, whatever this is, trending. So right now, gas is a little bit more expensive than where it's been over the last couple of days. It's just been a couple cents over the last couple of days, which means that transaction costs very low. You might pay, 50 cents to have your transaction go through. Because more people are trading today, this GUI, however you say this, is $3.76 right now at 3.76, which means your gas is going to be a little bit more. You're going to be paying a couple dollars in order to make your transaction go through. Whereas Solana, if you guys are trading on Solana, you're probably paying 1/10 of a cent, maybe 100th of a cent to have a Solana transaction go through right now. So, yeah, Solana is definitely cheaper, faster, more efficient. We just need this bad boy to go back up. Dude, didn't Gen G just come in here with that insurance talk yesterday and just smack it right back down? I know Gen G's to blame. Bitcoin is slow, but its scarcity is what gives it value. Like gold, very little available. Yeah. I mean, that is an interesting concept, but at the same time, right, it makes me wonder because you don't have to buy. I know that there's only 21 million available, right, but the scarcity is kind of interesting because there's 21 million available, but you can cut it. You can cut it down infinitely. So, you could transact in 1/10 of a Bitcoin, 100th of a Bitcoin, 1,000th of a Bitcoin, 10,000th of a Bitcoin, 100,000th of a Bitcoin. So, at that point, yes, the total supply is limited, but, yeah, I don't know, man. Just the total supply is limited. Same deal for gold, right? You don't have to buy an ounce of gold. You can buy 1/10 of an ounce. You can buy a gram. You can buy 1/10 of it. I mean, I don't know anybody that's buying 1/10 of a gram, but theoretically you could. You could buy a little flake of gold if you wanted to buy a little gold flake. So there's always ways to continue transacting in something that's scarce. Buddy bought a crap load of gold a few months ago for $1,800. Now it's worth around $3,400. Very, very nice. Question is, Giovanni, is he selling it? Is he selling it or is he keeping it forever? What's happening? What's going on? Old Rounder. Gold is a great buy if you got in early this year. Yeah, Michael Allen, I imagine it is. A lot of guys happy. But Solana is 99% scams. Meme coins, right? Meme coins, you're talking 99% scams. Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. Because there are thousands of Solana coins made every single day. I would imagine that 99% are scams. Yeah, Michael Allen, you loaded up. China buying a crap load of gold because the price caused the price to go up. No one is selling their Bitcoin. Michael Saylor says he wants to own 10%. That's an interesting concept to me, right? I think about Michael Saylor, not often, but I think about Michael Saylor buying this Bitcoin, right? He's not buying it. He gets people to invest equity into this company and strategy, and he uses other people's money to buy Bitcoin. It's not his Bitcoin. He runs the company. Dude, I'd buy Bitcoin all day long if I could get 1 million people to give me $1 a day. I don't care. I'd go buy $1 million a day worth of Bitcoin. Right? I would. But why not? It's not my money. So, I don't understand the concept, man, sometimes of why don't these people just go buy Bitcoin? Michael Saylor is not running a company that is like thriving and building Bitcoin up. Why don't these people just go buy Bitcoin instead of letting Michael Saylor buy Bitcoin? I mean, dude, even if the 22 people in here, 24 people in here, if you guys gave me $1 a day to buy Bitcoin, I'd go buy $25. I'll add my own dollar in there. I'd go buy $25 a day worth of Bitcoin, no problems. And then you guys could tell your friends could give me $1, their friends could give me $1. All of a sudden, we're buying $1,000 a day worth of Bitcoin, and in the next 2 months, we get a full Bitcoin. And then we grow from there. Then we're going to be at 10 Bitcoin by the end of the year. By the end of 2026, guys, we're sitting on 100 Bitcoin. Very interesting concept to get other people to buy Bitcoin for you. I don't know. I think he likes it. All right, bros. Be well. Gotta run. Stay safe. Stay positive. Ignore the noise. Listen to the signals. Gonna be in Texas next week. Gen G AHI is coming to Alien Head. That's what it is. Is coming to Texas. Very nice. Alien Head is a globetrotter, man. This dude is all over the place. He's not selling his gold. He said he won't. Some of these people, they never will. It's all right though, man. Maybe I'll never sell some of my crypto. You know what I mean? I'll sell my meme coins, but maybe I'll never sell some of these cryptos. Dude, you got a crypto that's worth $5 billion right now. Maybe one day it'll be $1 trillion company, right? Maybe one day it'll be $1 trillion blockchain, and we just sat there and 200x'd our money. It's not crazy. That's not crazy. The link doesn't show on Discord for me. Thought you bought a vet and you were cruising. Moji, I told you, man. If Trump would have hit 50 yesterday, I would have bought that because it is very nice today. It's going to be 80. Both those convertible bets. Giovanni's in, man. Giovanni. You know what I'm going to do? Giovanni, I'm going to go on KSEX right now, and I'm going to buy $2 worth of Bitcoin. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Giovanni. I'm going to buy $3. I'm going to buy 4. I'm going to buy $4 worth of Bitcoin. 2 for you and 2 for me. $4. Yep. Market price. That's fine. Oh, no. I don't want... No, that's fine. Open. No. I want spot. Spot. There we go. Total. $4. Ah, crap. Lowest buy is $5. Hey, Moji! But, okay. There we go. Now we get set 5, 10. Okay, I got to match Moji's. That's 5. That's 10. 10. And another $14. All right, I got to go $14 on Bitcoin then, since the minimum is 5. All right, bye. Woo-hoo! All right, bad boys. All right, bad boys. We got it. I got $14 worth of Bitcoin. Doubled it up there. 7 from you guys, 7 from me. Giovanni Moji, thank you very much. I really did just grab $14 worth of Bitcoin on KSEX. It is that easy, and I do appreciate it. Giovanni, Moji, man, thank you guys very much for the super chats. Thank you very much for the $14 worth of Bitcoin. One day, I know that Bitcoin is going to be worth $50. So thank you very much for that. I like the XRP video, bud. Keep them coming. I will. I don't think I'm going to do an XRP video every single day. I think I'm going to do one on Trump today since there's a lot of news. going on with Trump at the moment. But guys, like 100% dead serious. I look at my views. I look at my analytics. I really don't understand what's happening, right? I get it. People might be getting sick of Shiba Inu Coin and so on. But, dude, when there's 1,000 views on a SHIB video, and other people, dude, I don't want to say this like bad about other people. I don't know if other people's channels, I don't know if they pay for bot views or what. Some of these people go out there, and every single video is like, 40,000 views, and they get 30,000 subscribers. Some of this stuff doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, I'm going to try and experiment a little with some other tokens as well. J-Bones! Thank you very much. My God, dude, I've been sitting in this chair so long. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly... J-Bones, thank you very much. Moji, this is the worst one of them all. Oh, feels so good. It feels so good. Feels like I'm back, baby. I like it. Thank you very much. Absolutely appreciate it. Should have waited until we all gave you $2. Yeah, I know I should have, Giovanni. Now you got to do it again. J-Bones! Oh my gosh. J-Bones! Thank you very much for the worst one of them all. All right, I'm not going to pass out. That upside down face should be at least $20, man. Oh my gosh. It's the hardest one. It's the hardest one to do out of them all. Especially after you're a little lightheaded from doing the fly. Oh, man. Let me hit you in the back, get you in the neck. Oh, yeah, Moji, J-Bones. Thank you very much. J-Bones, Giovanni, Moji, thank you very much. Kombu, thank you for the member chat. What does Kombu say right here? We got ourselves a fist bump for the bros. Yes, fist bump, fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. Kombu, not Michael Allen. Michael Allen's usually the fist bump guy. Kombu, thank you. Kombu 37 at least. Kombu 27, man. YouTube's got him coming down, man. YouTube's got him coming down. Hey, as you gain more knowledge on the coin, your viewership will go up. Yeah, Lonnie, you're probably right. But I also feel like people aren't going to like me as much if I talk about XRP because I'm not on board with XRP just going to like $10,000 a coin. And that's what people want to hear is that, they go out there and they buy. And this is not like knocking on anybody that can just go afford 50 XRP, right? But people go out there and they buy 50 XRP. That's what they got. And they want to take that $100 to $1 million. So when somebody tells them that their 50 XRP is going to be $10,000 a piece and they're going to end up with 500 grand, they like that. They get very happy with that. So, and they want to watch that. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get as high of views as some of these other people who are willing to tell people just whatever they want to hear. But yeah, dude, there's some people out there that Don't mind if XRP $10,000 is the title of their video. And I kind of do. J-Bones, thank you. Thank you very much for the mustache. J-Bones, I see you. Thank you for the mustache. J-Bones, man, thank you very much for the mustache. Absolutely appreciate it. Kombu's the mustache. Now you guys are confusing me, man. Kombu's the mustache guy. Michael Allen's the fist bump guy. Kombu's throwing fist bumps. J-Bone's throwing mustache. Oh, man. I don't even know who's who anymore. You guys all switch screen names? I think you guys might have switched screen names on me. I think we all know XRP isn't going to 10,000. We could talk about $10, $20. Yeah, $10, $20. I can talk about $10, $20 for sure. But to be honest with you, I don't know. Right? I really don't know, man. Because there are so many people out there that believe what they want as opposed to, like, what's real. When I used to talk about AMC, right? And people would literally get mad at me if I said $1,000 per share AMC was like absolute maximum, that there's no way people would be willing to hold beyond $1,000. Dude, they had entire Reddit pages, like, I don't know, libeling me and slandering me for saying that AMC at $1,000 would be crazy. So it is, it's very interesting what somebody is willing to believe. I truly do believe that there are people out there who think XRP has to go to $10,000 per coin. Not because of anything tangible, because that's what they want, man. It's very strange. It is. Ooh, might be one of the best ones. Moji, thank you very much for the super chat. La pika pika, la pika pika, la pika 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 pika, la pika 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 pika, la pika pika, la pika pika, la pika 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 pika, la pika 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 pika, la pika pika, la pika pika, la pika 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 pika, la pika 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 pika. Last one, you guys better do it with me. La pika pika, la pika pika, la pika 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 pika. La pika 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 emoji. Thank you very much for the super chat. Absolutely appreciate it. And dude, you guys remember? I don't know if you remember PD Pete, man, the original guy that used to send that super chat all the time. It's so funny how some people choose the super chats that they like. PD Pete, man, this dude was like, tatted up, big dude, scared to be in an alley alone with that guy, and then all of a sudden he just loves sending these little maraca dudes dancing, and it's the funniest thing, man. So I do like I like how everybody comes up with their super chats, man. Everybody's got a sense of humor, and I like it, man. 15 to 30 XRP is possible completely in this cycle. 1,000, bit of a stretch. Yeah, I would say 1,000 is a bit of a stretch for sure. Different time zone, but made it. Hello, everybody. Chris, aren't you always in a different time zone? Or you're in a different time zone than you're normally in. I'm pretty sure you're always in a different time zone than me, man. Yes, Lonnie, 1,000 is a stretch, but $100 next few cycles is possible. I would be extremely happy. Oh, I would be happy too if it got to $100, man. I would have a pretty good amount of money if it got to $100. For sure. I think my dad wants it to hit $100 too. I think he'd be beyond happy if it hits 100. I know he's got more XRP than I do. I know he does. Might have more XRP than you guys too. I don't know how much you got, but he's got some XRP. Hopefully you guys hit $100 on it, because I'll be happy at that price point too, and I know you guys will be very happy. $100 is pushing, but depending on the ETFs and adoption of the XRP ledger, for sure. $100 XRP. What is that? Where does that take the market cap? 50x. Ooh, depends on Burns too, man. We're not going to 5 trillion. We're not going to 5 trillion anytime soon. XRP is not going to rip to 5 trillion and be 2.5 times the value of Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have to shoot up. Bitcoin at 10 trillion, I think XRP could hit 5. I do. I don't know otherwise. 5 trillion. Oh, man. That's too much. 1 trillion, however, $10 price point, probably not too bad. $10 price point. No, 5x. A $10 price point only brings it to about 500 billion. Yeah, man. You go somewhere between 10 and 20. That's what I'd be saying. At 5 trillion, I don't think we're getting 5 trillion soon. $100, I would be a millionaire. Make it happen, man. I think we can get to the trillions if that far. So yes, in certain situations, I don't disagree, right? If for some reason XRP became the go-to currency of the entire world, and if transactions settled in XRP, I do not disagree, right? But just in its current state, I don't think you're there. All right, I think you need something else, some different catalyst to make XRP a multi-trillion-dollar coin. It's just not going to get there in the current state. Holy crap, dude. Wasn't Farcoin just at 76 cents like 2 days ago? Yeah. My goodness. Last week, Farcoin was 70 cents. Now it's at $1.12. I mean, I own a little bit of Farcoin, but wouldn't you be happy to have bought Farcoin like last month? My gosh. Anybody in here Farcoin whale? You gotta be feeling very happy today. Let's just like quadruple the price of Trump. Close that bad boy out. Yep. Go buy the vet. Make it happen. Cool, you live in Ohio, I live in Indiana. Same time zone. Just usually in the middle of a property and never realize I'm missing the chat. But I'm out of town right now. Gotcha, Chris. Gotcha. Where's the time zone line at? Oh, all of Indiana. Okay. I thought you guys might have been split somewhere. Okay. Because I was thinking like it may have gone up like this somewhere. All of Indiana is included. Ain't that weird? I mean, because the sun sets, the sun rises east to west. So, it's just strange to me. They're like, okay, this dude, same time as me, but you go south 20 feet, and then you got to jump back an hour. When, in all actuality, the sun is passing over this guy an hour before it even gets here. Yeah, that's weird. Chris, I'm not going to lie, you shouldn't be in my time zone, man. You shouldn't. You should be cut off. With half of Michigan, too. You should take half of Michigan out of there. Yeah. Chris, you should be in, what is it, Central Time. Somehow you get... Whoa! Look at this! That was crazy. Gosh. Alright, now we all learned something. Okay? Indiana should not be in the time zone that it is in. Easy as that, my friends. There's a multiplier on XRP that causes it to work differently than your traditional tokens. Yeah, Lonnie, I still need to look into that a little bit more. I still got it up right here. So, I do need to look into that. Let's see. Do you want to try? It's my limits, brother. No, I know my limits, brother. There you go. I think we'll see a huge jump to $5 with the SEC dropping the case. I hope so. That would be very nice, man. It's one next step towards that $10 price point. ETFs will cause it to go from there. This looks like a good spot to short Bitcoin for a trade. I won't do it, though. God, dude, I hope it's not a good spot because I just bought $14 worth of Bitcoin, old rounder. You're coming in here and telling me to short it, and I just bought $14. Speaking of those maps, I get it. But I think it's so stupid. Indiana is in the Midwest. Looks more Mid-East. Talking about the entire country. Yeah, facts on that, man. Maybe they only consider the East like the East. Maybe they only consider it the East. Everything west of, like, New York is just west. Some New Yorker probably came up with all those terms. Anything west of us is west. And then, like, you got the Midwest there. You got the Midwest, and then anything west of that is just west. Had to be a New Yorker that came up with those terms, man. Even if XRP takes less than 5% of the Swift volume, the skin is the limit. I would hope the sky is the limit, man. Not the skin is the limit. Thankful we don't have no time change in Arizona. Yeah, I wish we didn't have time change. I wish we would just stay on this time. Right now. We spring forward. It gets dark later in the day. And we're good to go. That's what I would like. Mojang grew up as a kid in Arizona. And we moved back to Maine. Lonnie, you like it better in Maine or you like it better in Arizona? Hogs have already doubled in size. Free range county. So they eat my neighbor's grass. Haven't bought a single bag of feed. Oh, gosh. Kolbu, now don't get in trouble with your hogs eating your neighbor's grass. You want to be nice to your neighbors, okay? Now, if they mow your neighbor's grass for them and just cut it down, all right. But if they pull it up out of the ground, we don't want to be getting in trouble there. I think it was 100% on Hidden Road. That's what Ripple says. See, I don't even know what that means, Giovanni. I love it in Maine, Clay. Hated the heat of Arizona summers. What does the summer in Maine look like? I would imagine summers are even a little bit cooler and winters are even a little bit colder than Ohio. I feel like Ohio's got some pretty cold winters sometime, man. But I have seen some crazy stuff out of Arizona with how hot it is. It probably does get way too hot in Arizona there. Hot enough to take Bitcoin to $100,000. And hopefully hot enough to take Trump back up to $100. Man, if Trump goes to $100, I'll be out before then. If Trump goes to $100, I'll be crying because I'll be out way before then. But it'll be all right. 80s, Clay. Yeah, we can get 80s, 90s here. Probably about the same then. Midwest did bring us cornhole. And it's still underappreciated, but you're welcome. Yes, you guys are welcome for cornhole. I am no good at cornhole, but I have played my fair share. Hidden Roads is a brokerage firm that Ripple... Oh, yeah. Now I remember that. I read an article on that. I believe I did a video on that, actually. Was it 1.8 or was it 1.25? No, I forget. Maybe it was 1.8. -20. Yeah, Lonnie, that's too cold, though, man. Hid Road will use XRP. Yeah, they're like a clearinghouse, right? Yeah. Now I remember doing that video on them. Cornholio. Cornholio it is. Absolutely. Man. That's what we're known for, huh? Ohio, Indiana. The world simply thanks us for cornhole. That's all we got. Trump, we got a little Trump pump going on, man. 1230 to 1250. All right, let's get that 20 cents going. Gen G's nowhere near to stop this rally. If Gen G's not here to stop the rally, we could be breaking out. We could be going back up. And I hope we do, man. 1250, let's go back up. 1350, 1450, 1550, 1650. Maybe I'll just have to go buy a vet next week. They might have some down there. It's 1.25. All right. Dude, there's so many numbers in my head. I was not like challenging your 1.8. I was just thinking, and I was trying to remember the video I did, and I thought it was 1.25, but I wasn't trying to challenge a number. I was just trying to remember if I was thinking of the right thing. I got so many numbers in my head though, dude. It's crazy. It really is. Like, it's crazy. There's enough liquidity already on the XRP ledger to process the Hidden Road transactions. Very little price action from the acquisition of Hidden Road. Yeah, I don't even know if there was any price action, was there? Clay dropped in late today. Did you buy a car? Nope, Gio. I really was. I was considering it if Trump was pumping yesterday to 50, so I could force myself to close out and use some of the money to buy a car. But that yellow vet that I showed you guys yesterday went for 60, and the orange vet that I showed you guys yesterday went for 68. That Viper went for 24 or 25. I don't know which one it was. I forget. But I know for a fact and then I told you guys about the 1981 Camaro. They had a 1981 Camaro. May have had an odometer discrepancy, but the odometer only showed 53 miles on it. Crazy, like chromed out engine. It was actually really nice. That went for 30. So they were paying quite a bit, especially because the two vets, man. The yellow one ended up having a salvage title. I didn't know it had a salvage title. Rebuilt. It had a rebuilt title. And then the orange one had a clean title, but the orange one had some damage on the front end. The busted headlight and busted up front bumper. Let's see. Imagine all the banks that will use XRP once the SEC drops the case, plus other institutions. That's their entire business, right? That's Ripple's entire business, man. It's to onboard banks and businesses. Sold my SHIB for 12% gain, bought back in after 6% back, still down. It's all right. It will jump. Stop listening to influencers. It will go up, and you'll be good. Pengu and Whiff making me more than SHIB. I think that's why SHIB is dying. No one cares anymore. Stop listening to influencers. That could be a very good reason, man. That could be a very good reason. It's not the explosive growth coin that essentially everybody fell in love with. And to be honest with you, I think another reason is, Satoshi and Lucy and these people are acting so much different than they did in 2021. Dude, and I get it. Satoshi was still a little eccentric in 2021 with a lot of the stuff that he said. But, dude, it's a completely different crew than Queenie and Milkshake and people kind of excited about what these people were doing. I think it has a lot to do with it as well, man. There's just so much negativity and toxicity coming from the ecosystem team, too. Lived in Cali, a girl that's never left asked me, so have you went cow tipping? Told her I lived in the city. Then she asked, so do you have hoedowns? Did you just tell her yes, Chris? Did you just tell her yes? Oh my gosh, man. Thinking of trading my shit for XRP around 3,000. Hey, Gio, man. Giovanni did it. Giovanni did it, man. Guys, it is 1 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be live tomorrow, just so you guys know. I'll let you know if I'm, I am for sure or not. I'll try to in the Discord. But I'm going to be passing out snow cones tomorrow at my sister's school. They're winding down the school year or whatever. They may have taken all their tests and done all that. But she asked me if I would pass out snow cones tomorrow. So I'm going to go pass out snow cones to all those kids, and hopefully they have a good time with it. If it's during the live, clearly I'm not going to be live. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. And enjoy your weekends. If I am not back tomorrow, if I am back tomorrow, I'll tell you to enjoy your weekends tomorrow. Let's do some shout-outs. We'll be back with videos all day, the rest of my life. And appreciate all you guys. Keep the chat going. Keep the chat awesome, man. We get a shout-out to Moji. Giovanni, have a great one. Stop listening to influencers. See you later, man. Geo438. Giovanni, we got Lonnie, Giovanni, Chris, man. Chris, hold on every night. We got Geo, Jason, Lonnie, Moji, Giovanni, Lonnie, Old Rounder, Lonnie, Giovanni, Old Rounder. Thank you to Moji. Thank you to Giovanni. Thank you to J-Bones. All the super chats, guys. Absolutely appreciate it. More than you know. Shout out to everybody. And until the next time. If you want to say it with me, say it with me. Till the next time. Hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.